For Eric J on Sports, I'm Eric J, and this is what I think. San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama has put himself in a unique position within the NBA, particularly with regards to the NBA media. His problem is, when you're average, you're allowed to be bad. When you're good, you're not allowed to be average. And when you're great, you're not even allowed to be good without absorbing some criticism from the media. Victor Wembanyama has shown himself to be great, so when he is just good, a game that would be great for an average player is a bad game for him. In the Spurs' most recent playoff game, Wemby only had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 2 steals, and went 12 for 12 from the free throw line, something bigs never do in today's NBA, with a plus-minus of -8 even though his team lost by 13, while his direct counterpart, Chet Holmgren, on the winning team had a plus-minus of -1. Now keep in mind that the Spurs are playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder team that has 2 7-footers in their starting lineup, the league's MVP over the last 2 seasons, one of the best defensive players in the league on their bench, and are better rested because they swept a Lakers team featuring LeBron James, who is still playing at an All-NBA level at age 41, and Austin Reeves, who would have been All-NBA if he had appeared in enough games. The Spurs are playing against that team, and are down 3-2 in a series, so they're basically playing the Thunder even. The Spurs lost Game 5 in OKC, with Wemby getting 20 points, and the press is saying that he, quote, laid an egg, end quote, in the, quote, biggest game of his career, end quote. But did he really? Wemby and the Spurs have played OKC even through the first 4 games of the series, even though, as I mentioned, the Thunder have 2 7-footers in their starting lineup, and no Spurs starter other than Wemby is taller than 6'7", which means that the Thunder's bigs can take turns guarding Wemby such that there is always a seemingly fresh 7-foot man in his face. Despite that, Wemby has had some monster games against the Thunder, averaging 30 points per game. In Game 5, in Oklahoma, with the series tied, the defending NBA champs won a game at home against an opponent who is giving them a more competitive series than their previous opponent, the Lakers. So instead of saying that a prideful, defending NBA champion played their best game of the series on their home court, the media is saying that Wemby laid an egg. Now, I'm not saying that Wemby and the Spurs were always going to lose that game, because I can't know that. But any knowledgeable sports fan or sports commentator should be able to look at the bigger picture before making a statement, instead of just depending on the box score, seemingly without ever watching the game or while barely watching the game. The 2026 season is Wemby's 3rd season in the league. Now, I know that this statement doesn't mean much, because by his 3rd season, Larry Bird had won a championship, and Magic Johnson and Bill Russell had 2 each, so anything is possible. But for Wemby, in his first season in the NBA, he appeared in 71 games, but his team missed the playoffs. In his second, he appeared in 46 games, and his team missed the playoffs. This season, his third, he appeared in 64 games with the Spurs, but this time his team made the playoffs, and he has appeared in all 16 playoff games, averaging 31 minutes per game, or 2 minutes more per game than he played during the regular season. So putting all of this together, Wemby appeared in 79 games prior to the loss in Game 5 of the conference finals against OKC, or 8 more games than in his rookie season when he appeared in the most games in one season of his brief career. He has also played 31 minutes per game, or 2 minutes per game more than during the regular season. Game 5 of the conference finals was Game 80 for Wemby's season, and the games are being played every other day, and the Spurs had 2 days of rest between the second round and the third, so not only has he played more games in a single season than he ever has in his life, he has also played 11 games in 23 days. So, is it possible that Victor Wembanyama, the third-year center from France, appearing in his 80th game for the San Antonio Spurs and competing against the defending NBA champions and the league's MVP over the last 2 seasons with 2 7-footers in the lineup, just got tired? Players have always talked about in shape versus game shape, and about the difference between the 30-game college season and the 82-game NBA season plus playoffs. In 1992, Michael Jordan played 80 regular season games at 38 minutes per, and 22 playoff games at 42 minutes per, meaning that he played in 102 games on his way to the title, and that was his normal. But he wasn't 7'4". Now, if this series against the Thunder goes 7 games, and Wemby appears in all of them, and the Spurs win this series, and then they face the Knicks in the NBA Finals, and that series goes 7 games, and Wemby appears in all of them, he will have completed an 89-game season while competing for the NBA title. Magic Johnson appeared in 92 games in his 3rd season on the way to his 2nd championship, 1 season after having his season shortened by a knee injury. Wemby missed part of his 2nd season with a shoulder injury, so he may not have been physically prepared for an 80-plus game season against top competition, and he had a bad game because he is running out of gas. I don't know this, but it seems to make sense. So whether the Spurs win or lose this series, Wemby will realize the type of conditioning that he needs in order to play nearly 100 games on the way to the title, and he'll be better prepared for the postseason grind. Yes, the Spurs lost the game. They lost Game 5, but the series isn't over. They could easily win the next 2 games and advance to the NBA Finals. And if they do, if I were a Spurs fan, I'd take a tired 20.6 rebound 3-block game from a 23-year-old in his 3rd season in the middle of a series any time if it meant that my team would win the NBA title. Remember to like and share this video and subscribe to this channel, and visit the Eric J. on Sports website, and follow me on Facebook at Eric J. on Sports 1 and on Instagram and Twitter at Eric J. on Sports. And for Eric J. on Sports, I'm Eric J., and this is what I think.